What's up guys, Belligerent here with another DragonHeir video, and in this video we're going to do a couple of things. Going to pull some summons here at the end of the video, see if we can get lucky. I don't have too many of them, but I want to pull some, see if we can get lucky, because summons are always fun to do for content. But I want to talk about your adventurer champion. In the last video I released, I kind of gave you my strategy to starting the new account, and I told you about these different dungeons, the crystal dungeons that you're going to need to do, and how you're going to need to have multiple different comps to do them, which is a good aspect of the game. You don't want it to get boring by only having to build one best comp. So the way that your adventurer champion is going to fit into this is the champion that you get to create. This is the one that kind of represents you in the game, but the way that this fits into it is kind of unique. I think eventually you will probably outgrow this champion, because the skills kind of are just kind of mediocre, honestly, compared to some of the things that you can find. So it depends on how many pulls you're doing and what champions you get lucky enough to find. I do think eventually you're going to outgrow this one, but the adventurer hero is a good one to develop early on, and the reason is it's kind of twofold, but the reason is the elements. You can switch elements, so they can be your adventurer champion can be part of any clan. I don't forget what they call it. The affinity, is that what it's called? Yeah, the affinity. It can be part of any one of these that you want it to, because you can switch freely between fire, thunder, and ice. You do not have to choose. Okay, so you just come in here, you go to switch element, you pick the element, and you hit switch. There's no penalty, nothing. The other thing to look at is you're going to get adventurer scrolls. I think I have one. Let's see here. They're these things, okay? You're going to get these scrolls. These scrolls upgrade your skills, okay? And it's just kind of random, by the way. You just hit upgrade and it randomly picks one. I don't think you get to pick which one it does. I don't think. Maybe you do. Let's try here. Upgrade. Oh, it did let me pick that one. And I think if you just leave it unselected, it will... Oh, no, it does say randomly upgrade the skills. So it was random. It just happened to pick the one. I can read sometimes. It just happened to pick the one that I highlighted there. But it just says right here, randomly upgrade your skills. So you're going to get those. You're going to upgrade these skills. So you see I got 1, 2, 3 are what my skill levels are. Now, if I switch elements, okay, you see it stays 1, 2, 3. All right. So you don't have to worry about picking an element in order to do that. But that's the other cool thing, is this can be a part of any comp that you want. So you always, if you invest into them in the beginning and build yourself a strong adventurer champion, you're always going to have a strong piece to put in that comp. And that makes it at least one less champion for each comp that you have to develop, again, early on. I suspect this champion will eventually get outgrown. The other thing to know is when we're talking about upgrading, and let's see if I can, I don't even know if I have anybody. Yeah, so in order to break through to the next star, you need these sandstones, okay? Now with your adventurer champion, you can use any sandstone you want of the 3 elements. So you can use fire, ice, or thunder, okay? And the way you do that is you just simply swap him to the element that you want to use. And when you go to the enhance, I'm not there with this one right now, but when you go to enhance, it will make you use that sandstone. So if you happen to have a surplus of a certain type because you're not using that comp, let's say you're not using a fire comp, you're using ice and poison, or thunder and necrosis, or whatever, you can, and you have a build up of fire sandstones, you can just switch them to fire, upgrade it to, you know, the second star, the next star. You can just upgrade it to that next star, and then swap the element right back, and you keep the stars. So you can, it's very versatile in that way, which is very unique about that champion. That's something very important to understand about this adventurer champion. So that kind of covers what I wanted to talk about with them, as far as just, you know, early on, this is going to be one of your stronger heroes because it's so versatile. I think as you get further along and you do more summons, get better champions, you will outgrow them. But I do think that early on you should be investing in them. All right, so let's do some summons here. We're going to do this sunlight invocation, which does give us a chance to get legendary. Not a big one. You'll be guaranteed a legendary hero on your 35th attempt. I'm not doing 35. We're only doing 20 attempts, which will put us at 21. So we're not going to hit the pity, but maybe we'll get lucky and get it. We also will get some epic heroes. 7th attempt is guaranteed to be an epic hero. So theoretically, I should get at least 3 epics, but at 17%, I would hope a little bit more than that. But we'll see how this goes. Let's do it. Let's hope for some good stuff here. Okay. I like the suspense a little bit, so we're gonna let it play through. We're gonna see what we get out of this. Oh, we got 2 epics there. Nice. 2 epics and 2 rares. You can tell by the colors. Okay. All right, this guy. I was using this guy before on the test server, and he felt pretty good. So I think I might kind of develop him out, especially in these first couple of days while we have the resets, and see if he can actually fit in somewhere. Okay, here's another rare. I don't know exactly what she does. Let's take a look here. Recharges. I should have looked at the other one for you guys. I'm sorry. Recharges ultimate energy by 5% upon each successful wild check by allies. Okay, so wild is some skills require them to throw a dice. You don't really, you see it up in the little corner. It says successful or failed. So each time somebody does that successfully, she gets 5% towards her ultimate. Oh, and this skill only takes effect once during a period. That's horrible, assuming a period is a fight. So one time her passive gives her 5%. But why does this say upon each successful wild check? But this only happens once. I don't understand that. I guess it depends on the definition of a period, but I don't know. It's not very clear in that. Okay, charges into the enemy dealing fire damage, and that's about it. Wild gains attack up for 10 seconds and slashes the enemy 3 times, dealing fire damage. Each attack replaces attack up with attack up. Might be some a bug or a typo there in that one. She looks very not good. Okay, all right. I like this guy. This is a good, solid frontliner. He's a good defense support. When battle begins, defense up to allies within range for 10 seconds. So I start with 60% more defense there, and then his battle skill charges towards the enemy with a 100% chance of knocking up the target and dealing radiant damage. And then I think this is the big one. Resurrects a recently dead ally by 60% HP. If there's no dead ally, restores 40% of the target's max HP. HP to the ally. Oh, I'm sorry. If there's no dead ally, restores HP to the ally with the lowest HP. He restores 40% of their HP. When he gets to 2-star, he additionally grants defense up 2 to that ally. Didn't it tell me what? Oh, defense up 2 increases by 60%. So that's I like this one. I knew I liked him, and I like the fact that they have some of them on mounts. It gives it a little bit different feel, a little bit of depth to the game instead of everybody just looking the same. I like that. Okay, this guy I'm not too keen. I've tried him. He's not very good. He just shoots a bow and arrow with some poison stuff. I'm not really concerned about reading through that. Maybe you guys want to see it for the video, so let's go through it real quick. When dealing damage to enemies under poison, additionally deals derived poison damage. Derived poison damage generated by a specific skill gains enlightenment bonus, but cannot trigger a critical hit. Then it gains attack up, which is attack increased by 15% for 5 seconds, which is not very long, and then shoots a crossbow bolt at the enemy, dealing poison damage with 100% to inflict 1 stack of poison for 15 seconds. And then shoots 3 arrows in a designated direction, each dealing poison damage. So just not, he's just kind of mediocre. Okay, okay. I swear, I just didn't, isn't she? I wonder if this is showing me their captain, because I thought I was just looking at her. Maybe I was looking at somebody who looked similar. I don't know. Okay, so support here. And when the hero skill deals damage to enemies with debuffs, it reduces their ultimate energy by 15%. Okay, so they have to be debuffed though. Throws a dagger, inflicting attack penalty 2 on the enemy for 5 seconds. Then rushes to the target and slashes them to deal radiant damage. So that works actually very well with this, because when the hero skill deal damage to enemy with debuff, so she throws the dagger at them, inflicting the attack penalty, which is a debuff, and then she rushes in and deals damage to them. So that should just automatically trigger that passive. And then flashes to the target, slashes it twice. The first slash deals radiant damage to the target with a 100% chance of inflicting blind, another debuff for 10 seconds. The second slash deals radiant damage with a 100% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 10 seconds, another debuff. Finally returns to the hero's original location. So she sounds like an energy control type champion. I like that. I think we'll try and find a spot for her. Okay, so that's good. And the nice thing is both of our epics were radiants, and I have been building kind of towards radiant fire stuff like that. So that's good. I do want to look at let's take a look here. Where'd she go? Yeah, she is a captain. I like this. Increases all allies attack by 24% in all battles. So I am definitely happy about getting her. That these captain things are so strong. And we'll talk about that in a different video. Let's get back to the summons. We'll try to speed this up a little bit here. I'm not gonna. No, we're still gonna go with the anticipation. Sorry. I like the colors, so you can see the colors and tell what they're gonna be. So let's see what we got here. All rares. That's bad. I already have him. Yeah. Let's see. As the battle starts, grants the hero a shield that lasts for 10 seconds. Okay, kind of a tank. Unleashes tornado slash that deals fire damage to enemies up within range and defense. Okay, so she kind of sounds like, it says support, but this sounds more like a tank, more like damage. Deals fire damage to enemies within range. With a 100% chance of dispelling one buff from them. Upon successfully dispelling an enemy's buff, there's a 50% chance of inflicting buff immunity on them for 5 seconds. I kind of need to read through that again. Sorry, my mouse just died on me. Deals fire damage to enemies within range with a 100% chance of dispelling one buff from them. Okay. Upon dispelling the enemy's buff, there's a 50% chance of inflicting buff immunity on them, so they can't get buffed either. That's interesting. She has potential, I think. Maybe it's kind of a tech card. Okay, that's a copy. Every 2 basic attacks at an enemy under frost deal double damage. Gains 300% shield. Attack speed for 10 seconds. Slashes forcefully twice each, dealing cold damage to enemies within range with a 100% chance of inflicting frost for 10 seconds. Okay, I mean, nothing special there. And Wanderer, another... Looks like just the ice hero. When the hero successfully inflicts frost on enemy, reach out. Okay, speed up to the ultimate if he's strong enough. 3 ice lances. Is that what I said? Fires 3 ice lances at the enemy. Each lance deals cold damage with a 60% chance of inflicting frost for 5 seconds. Prioritizes attacks on enemies not under frost. Oh, that's cool. I like the prioritize there. There's a couple of other champions I feel need some prioritize, such as the the poison assassin that everybody gets to start the game. She needs some prioritize on her, but she doesn't have it. Deals cold damage to enemies within range with a 30% chance of inflicting frost for 5 seconds. It's level 2, increases the chance of inflicting debuffs to 60%. Okay, okay. That could also go well with the any of this type of stuff could go well with that other girl that we pulled, the epic girl that does more damage with the debuffs or whatever it was. Also, in case you don't know, up here you have the symbol as far as like what area of the board their attack is going to get. Okay, let's see. Let's get to some more here. All right, we got 10 more. We're still hoping for that legendary pull. That's what we're hoping for. Just one would be great. We got an epic. Oh, we got a legendary. We got a legendary. All right, so we got the Lantern Phantom. This guy's a summoner. Recharges ultimate energy by 5% and extra attack by 4% every time an allied summon unit dies. The extra attack stacks up to 20 times. He would go well with a rare that I've been looking for that I haven't found yet, which sucks because it's a rare, so it should be easy. Summons a skeleton and then shoots 3 energy waves in a designated direction, each dealing necrotic damage. He's just kind of meh. For an epic, I don't really see myself using him, at least not right now. And then we got this tribal warrior. When allies summon undead creature, grants the summon unit attack up for 10 seconds. Okay, so I mean they kind of work well. He summons an undead creature as well, so him and the last guy might pair together because they're both summoners. Throws a potion that grants attack speed up to allied undead creatures. Okay, where's our legendary? Oh, we got this guy again. Where's the legendary? There it is. Oh, that guy looks cool. I have actually legitimately never seen this guy before. When we had the first early access, this guy was not part of it. This is a new one. And I didn't summon him, so this is cool. I want to see what... So his name is Twaller. He's the Toadstool. Okay, he's poison. Each debuff on enemies on the field gives 2% damage reduction to the hero. The effect stacks up to 10 times. He's defense, so he's kind of a tank, I'm guessing. Snicker Mushroom. Initial plants mushrooms around the enemies, which will taunt enemies within range for 5 seconds. When the mushroom dies, it deals derived poison damage, which is generated by a specific skill, blah, 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 blah. I've already read that. Deals derived poison damage to the enemies within range with a 100% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison for 10 seconds and a 100% chance of inflicting blind for 5 seconds. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. And it's quick too. 7 seconds for the first time, 12 for the second time. Like, okay. Releases a spore cloud for 4 seconds, dealing derived poison damage to enemies within range every 0.8 seconds with a 100% chance of inflicting accuracy penalty 2 for 10 seconds. This guy sounds insane as far as like protecting your team through accuracy penalty. He reduces people's accuracy. Blind, he makes people blind so they still can't hit you, and then taunts. And the cool thing about this is it's not even taunting. It doesn't sound... Maybe it doesn't sound like it's even taunting him. It sounds like the mushrooms are what's taunting, and so he... I mean, I'll have to play him and see, but it doesn't even sound like he takes damage from his taunt, which is very unique. Additionally, inflicts attack... when he gets 2 stars, additionally inflicts attack 2 penalty to enemies within range when they are under poison. That's crazy. This is crazy. Like I have not seen him. I'm super excited, and the character model is just so cool. And this guy, after the legendary, I just can't get excited about this guy. Gains attack up for 10 seconds as the battle starts. Performs a mysterious elven dance and gains attack. All right, so this guy's gonna be busting a move on the battlefield. Jumps into the target spot, dealing lightning damage to enemies within range. Yeah. All right. So I'm happy. That is our first legendary. Let's go for our final 5 here. We got a legendary out of 20 pulls, so I'm happy. Would it be too much to ask for a second legendary? Yeah, probably. Let's see what we got. We do got 2 epics though. I'm happy about that. There's an epic and a rare that I really want, and I'm not finding them. Okay, so we've gone a little long here. I'm not going to read all of these rares unless I see something that excites me. This guy just does not excite me. Okay. What is it? This guy is a summon, so he's another summon. Kind of goes well. He summons a dragon. Grants attack up for, but the problem is he grants attack up to an ally for 5 seconds, but he prioritizes the stupid dragon. Like, my other champions are going to be stronger than his dumb dragon. Like, it's such a bad skill. And then unleashes a fireball at an enemy, dealing necrotic damage to enemies within range. Then the dragon also fires a fireball at the same time. All right. And this guy is a good healer, if I recall. When a hero carries no rally, the hero will duplicate rally if an enemy on the battlefield gains rally. Deals radiant damage to enemies within range for a 40% chance. Oh, this is not the healer I was thinking of. Deals radiant damage to enemies within range for 40% chance of granting rally to the ally with the highest attack. Okay. And rally enhances skills, by the way. And then grants attack up, crit rate bonus, and crit damage to allies for 10 seconds. If the hero is under rally when casting a skill, it consumes rally and grants above the buffs to an ally under rally. So he's just a straight up like buff machine. Interesting. I don't know if the lack of damage justifies that. We'll have to play around with him. And then this warrior guy, again, not really excited about that. And I already have her, so not excited about that. So still didn't get the 2 I'm looking for, but did get some solid ones, and did pull our first legendary. So I'm happy about that. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have got, what heroes that you have pulled, which hero. Don't give me the whole list. Give me the list of the heroes that you're super excited that you pulled. I really like this tank that I just pulled. So assuming he's as good as he sounds like he's gonna be, I foresee a video in the future about him and a comp. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Peace.